At what age did you lose your virginity?
I can't even tell that story because...
No, you don't have to tell the story. It's just what age? What age?
Well, I don't know how to... Well, the age when I first penetrated a girl, I was 10.
What a guan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. So by the title of this video, you can see I'm going to be asking my uncle questions that you lot are too afraid to answer. I've actually been wanting to do a video with my uncle for the longest because he's the perfect, I don't know, he's the perfect person. His personality is almost in line with mine, and my uncle respects my YouTube channel. He always gives me feedback. So yeah, this video does actually mean a lot to me. For those of you that are new to my channel and you do not know who I am, my name is Phillip, or Gode for short. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the ting. Now I'm just going to jump straight into this video. When you was younger, did you ever sneak out at night? Yes, I did. I snuck out at age, must have been 10 or 11 when we lived in before, you know. And it was a council estate, and we had Acton Park. I don't know if anybody knows that part of West London. Acton Park was just there, and they used to have all-dayers. Oh, okay. And play music. It's yeah, they used to have like a rave in the park, so I snuck out to go to that. And what time did you get home? What happened when you got home? Beats. Simple. I was prepared for the beats. I needed to go out. What happened on your date? What was the most embarrassing thing that happened? Oh, okay. So we went back to her house after a nice evening. I think we went cinema, dinner, went back to her house, and I need to go toilet. I need to go toilet, I need to poo. And I don't normally do it in other people's houses, but I had to go, and it was quite a log, and it blocked up the toilet. And I stayed there. You know, you flush it and it don't go down, and you wait, and you think, all right, let the tank fill back up, and I'll do it again. What? This log wasn't going anywhere. I just had to leave it in there and let her know, look, I think I might have broken your toilet. But by that time, I was ready to go home anyway. How old were you when you first drank alcohol? I had to be about 7 or 8. We had a drink called Baby Sham. It's probably still around. Baby Sham in a tiny little bottle. It's like it's like Magnum. Is it like Magnum?
I don't know. What's it
like? Cherry B.
Yeah, okay, it's not such a small bottle. It's like the size of a personal size can-I bottle. Okay. It's kind of like a wine kind of thing. Baby champagne, I think it stood for. But it was a very low alcoholic drink, and parents back then would give it to the kids during, you know, while the adults were drinking proper liquor, we would be allowed to drink this thing. I remember, I think me and your mum shared one at that young age, and I just remember feeling like I was in a dream. The drunk feeling, I just kept saying, I just feel like I'm in a dream. I can remember the day. Oh, okay, so when was the first time you had like a spirit? 16, 17, when I was having spirit on a regular occasion, yeah. And 17. How old were you when you went to your first rave? Proper rave. Did they have IDs back then? ID? Yeah, like did you have... No. Back then, it's not that long ago, mate. Yeah, but... It's not that long ago. We used to go to house party. Party would be in someone's house. Okay. And they would charge a £5 on the door or something, or you had to bring a bottle. Okay. That was all it was, a bottle party. So I used to go to a lot of them back in the day. So from age 17 onwards, no restrictions, you go in there, have a good time. Okay, on Twitter, there's this term called men are trash, yeah? So girls do this thing where they just talk down on men, say that men are trash, basically. They can't be trusted, they always cheat, whatever. What do you have to say to that? I just think that women shouldn't paint men with the same brush. We all have different personalities. Just stay faithful to yourselves and you'll meet the right man, ladies. They're not all dogs. We're not all dogs. Where was your best holiday trip? It's hard to pick. Okay, so there's 2. I'm gonna have to say 2. Barbados, for the beaches, the food, the climate. But Amsterdam, for the chill out and the relaxation. What's your body count? I don't know what that means. What do you think it means? I don't know. What's my body count? I have no idea. I've not anybody, if that's what you're asking. No. Guess. What do you think body count could be? Body count means when how many people you've... No. Well, okay, so I don't know then. So what other thing, how many people that you what other thing could it be? How many people have I had
Yeah.
Oh, no. How long is a piece of string? You know? No, I don't. Seriously, I don't know. No, it's not that many, but I don't know. It would take me a while to think about it and count.
What's two things that you liked and disliked about me growing up?
What I liked about Daniel growing up. Oh, sorry. What I liked about Godde growing up. What I still like is his eccentricities, the different. You know, it's not just your everyday kid that you meet. It's something unique, something different about it. Even from when he was young, and he was the cutest baby. I don't know what happened now, but he was the cutest little thing. When you see him at age 2, oh my goodness, forget about it. But as he became like around 14, 15, that age, he became very moody, very hard to get through to him. So couldn't have a conversation with him. Everything, he was like, had a face like a smacked bum, you know. So
at that age, what could you have said to me, even if you knew or didn't know what was going on with me? What was a message that you could have said to me, or teenagers out there?
I think I could have been more. I don't think it's about what I could have said, as per. I think I could have been more patient with, you know, with your with tantrums and your moodiness. I could have been more patient and more waited, because I think there was a couple of times I can remember when I said to you, you know, I can't remember what there was some incident. I won't go into details, but I remember I called you later that day and I said, you know, we love you, Daniel. You know, I think I don't know what you was upset with, but I called you, I did, and I said, you know, we love you, Daniel. You know, you can tell me anything. I can remember saying that. You was probably about 18, 17 at the time.
17, 18. As I tell you lot all the time, yeah. 17 and 18, I will do a story time in the next maybe 20,000 subscribers to explain to you lot about my teenage years. 17 and 18 was like a very tough time for me. In school, what was the main thing that you used to get in trouble for the most?
Being a clown, interrupting the class. For me, I'll tell you what, for me, and I'm not piping my own horn here, blowing my own trumpet, but they weren't teaching me anything I didn't know. I felt like I was above what they were teaching me. So when they're telling me, you know, simultaneous equations and I already figured it out, I'm messing about now and I'm mucking about in class because I'm bored of what they're trying to teach me. I've already learnt it. And
where did you learn it?
I was good at maths always.
Oh, okay.
Always good at maths. Maths came to me like that.
Is there anything that you wish you could have done in your childhood years that you didn't do?
I wish I'd gone to uni.
Why?
I wish I'd gone to uni and got a degree. When I left high school, university was free. I wouldn't have had to pay anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I wish I'd taken that opportunity. That's my. I wouldn't call it a regret because now I'm in my adult life. I'm luckily in a position now where I can go to study if I want to. So I've been picking little things here and there that I want to learn about, which I'm enjoying more as an adult than I think I would have enjoyed had I been 18 or whatever, going to uni. At
what age did you lose your virginity?
I can't even tell that story because...
No, you don't have to tell the story, just what age? What age?
Well, I don't know how to... Well, the age when I first penetrated a girl, I was 10. Yes, 10 years old. 10 years old. And she was 13.
That's just true.
Well, both underage, so... You know, we was both under. She was 13, I was 10, and it wasn't. She didn't force me. I enjoyed it as much as she did, but it was all new. She was very much more advanced than I was at age 10, so I didn't even know what I was doing. And it wasn't until a few years later I thought about it, and I was like, actually, that was what it was. It was, you know, I had at age 10. I wasn't old enough to climax to it, but it was. It's funny, you can laugh about it now, but I was age 10.
Have you ever caught an STI?
Yes, I have. Do you want to know which one?
I don't, but the viewers.
The viewers were gonorrhea. It's disgusting. It's
please.
Don't go into details.
No, but how did you feel when you heard the news? How did you feel?
Well, I knew something was wrong, and I went straight to the clinic, the sexual health clinic. And they told me what it was, and they said it's painful, It's disgusting.
What's your take on Black Lives Matter, and what message do you have for black kids?
Black Lives Matter, or some people say the Black Liberation Movement, it's been a long time coming. Yeah? I don't necessarily agree with the rioting. I certainly agree with the protests, but I can definitely understand why the protests have turned into riots, because people are angry and frustrated. And although this is a Black Lives Matter protest or movement, many other races are joining it because many other people are feeling oppressed by the system. And people are saying no, who are berating the demonstrators and the protests, saying no, they shouldn't riot and they shouldn't this, they should do it peacefully. Martin Luther King tried the peaceful approach and they shot him. So it's like, again, I don't necessarily agree with the riots it's been more or less peaceful over here, but the riots in America, I don't necessarily agree with them, but I can certainly understand why they're taking place.
My uncle is actually a
poet. I've got a single that's being released soon. It's called Water.
So his social media or where to find him will be in the description box below. But I would like my uncle to read out a poem for you guys, just so that you lot can hear it.
I'm gonna do this poem. It's called Freedom. I wrote it about 10 years ago, but I still think it's relevant today. Freedom's been arrested just for speaking his mind. He's looking at the death sentence. They said treason was his crime, and we all know he's innocent. But is this fight worth our time? Do we form a resistance or continue to be blind to this new world order? It's what your fear and consumption bought you. It's what the media taught you to believe, and they gave Justice just 2 weeks to grieve for the loss of freedom and arrested her too, on trumped up charges of some law they'd introduced, and we can talk till we're blue in the face. But who's going to take the place of freedom now our rights have been held hostage and it's only profit-driven, greedy men who run the major institutions? And politicians lie and undermine all our solutions. Mind pollution, new world order. It's not safe to drink the water. Hard to raise your sons and daughters as a family in this nanny state. And as we wait for answers from the Chancellor on the economy, our debts stack up sky high, and so we sacrifice autonomy. And like astronomy, we studied the stars on silver screens. Wanting that lifestyle to be ours, we bought into the dreams. But with freedom behind bars, things ain't as cushy as they seem, not when our faith's in credit cards that offer us those fake reward schemes. And the more they stagnate the interest rate, the more we need to borrow. With no thought on problems we create for the children of tomorrow. It's our self-important state of mind that's brought us into sorrow. Don't pay late or fall behind. The consequences is hard to swallow. It's like we're following the footsteps of those slaughtered at Gomorrah, because we're worshipping false idols and allowing New World Order to run system checks and index every aspect of our being. Don't expect to be shown respect, because it's a while since anyone's seen him. The glass ceiling's boarded up to prevent you smashing through. Your career ladder's a bluff, a fact you probably always knew. And be wary of that cough, because it can mean you have swine flu. And the vaccine's scary stuff that increases the risk to you now. Diseases being designed in labs might sound like science fiction, but cures are stored behind closed doors and we're sold repeat prescriptions. You see, it's a dealer's market and bad health is profitable. They even charge to park your car outside the hospital, and not all biological weapons are loaded with explosives. They're microscopic germs in essence, absorbed for osmosis. They're injected into what you eat. They're sprayed on fields of crops, and they hide inside the vaccinations for measles and smallpox. Yes, my friend Big Brother's hostile, and he's in league with the army. It was a Navy submarine missile that caused Asia's tsunami. From earthquake devastation to floods and hurricanes, we all sent in donations and we blamed it on climate change, but let freedom's death come as a warning was what Mother Nature cried. Because the threat of global warming has now been pushed to one side, and we'll all get wet one morning on the day that freedom dies, and our regret will be like a hornet sting, so it comes as no surprise that microchipping's next on the agenda. First it's voluntary members, then they'll make it mandatory, and that's when we'll all be sorry. You call me Paro, but was clairvoyant who showed me where the arrows point, and I'm just here to spread a message, because this won't get press coverage. You won't see this on the news. They restrict the things the public views, like Muslims praying while facing east, being forced to take the mark of the beast. It's slavery to the 7th power, with a curfew set to the 11th hour. And if you rebel, incite or provoke, they'll just switch your chip off and leave you dead broke. The last letter Freedom wrote, as he awaited execution, was addressed to justice, liberty, hope, karma, and retribution. It read, try your best to cope. There just might be a revolution. But when man and machine elope, they'll advertise it as evolution. My name is Sirius Rush. Thank you. What up, one? What up, one?
No, wait.
Oh, sorry.
Wait. So, guys, make sure you click the link in my bio to check out my uncle's social media platforms. He goes by the name Sirius Rush. I really appreciate that. You know,
You're
that
welcome,
was really good.
I know.
But do you know when you do those? Like, do you put music behind it or no?
Some of them, sometimes. So that one, for
How
instance.
do you memorize all those words?
Because it's me that's written it.
Yeah,
but some of them, it's like somebody singing a song.
No, it's not the same because it's repetitive.
The song.
Yeah.
Okay, or maybe a rap then.
Alright guys, that was all for this video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the ting, and thank you for the love every time. And I just want to big up my uncle again for being in my video because it means a lot to me. What a guan, what a guan.